Initially, why did you become a recording artist?
I couldn't find no other way to express how I felt besides music. Like, I tried playing sports in the past. I tried fucking doing jiu-jitsu and fucking boxing and shit. That didn't work. And yeah, once I started making music and shit, it started to like get better for me.
When it came to rap music especially, how'd you get into it?
I've always wanted to be a fucking artist all my life, but like I started taking shit seriously like when I was like 15 when I first met X, and like he was like already like he was been making music, but I don't know. He just told me to take shit seriously, and yeah.
Now, when it came to actual rapping, is that something that you were taught or you learn on your own type of thing?
It's something I most definitely learned on my own, but I did get a lot of like guidance through it from a lot of people.
And back then, did you have any musical influences?
Yeah.
Who were some of them?
Shit, in the past I listened to some like crazy shit. I still listen to it now. Fucking, yeah, it could go from fucking 50 Cent to like Mumford and Sons to like Papa Roach to like Nirvana, Queen. I can go on, but it's like weird shit. Weird different shit.
Now, any of these names, have you ever had the chance yet to meet any of your influences?
Nah.
Not yet.
Not yet.
Just curious.
Yeah.
At this point, how many years would you say you've been perfecting your craft for?
About 4 years, going on 5.
4 years going on 5. In that amount of time, did you ever feel like quitting? Hindsight 2020, thinking back.
Yeah, it was points where I felt like giving up and like just stopping, but it got to a point where it's like I couldn't, you know what I'm saying? If I would have quit at that like certain moment, I would have been labeled as a goofy. And yeah, you can't quit, never quit.
Was it just a thought, or were any of those points serious, like a serious thought of quitting, like almost cutting it off?
I mean, most of the times they were just thoughts, but like, I mean, I could say I only had one serious time where I was about to like really give up, but I had took time and really thought about it, so.
Now, when you did think about giving up, did anyone ever agree with it? Did anyone ever say, you know what, maybe you should give it up, this isn't for you?
Nah, no one agreed. I mean, like, at first, like, it would probably be one person. It'd be like, yeah, give up, but it would be on some, like, joke, you know what I'm saying, on some joking shit, but, like.
Roasting, trolling.
Yeah. But, like, nah. Like, all the opinions that mattered to me, like, everyone said to keep on going and to not quit, so, yeah, I just took that advice and I just kept on going.
Now, back then, 4 or 5 years, right, of taking it serious, do you remember your first rap or what you were rapping about back then?
Yeah, I do. I recorded my first official song in my homie Ken Soul's closet. It's called Burn. The song is called Burn. And I was just rapping about bullshit, like selling weed, fucking flipping work and shit, and just weird, crazy, stupid shit that I used to rap about. Fucking bitches. And yeah.
Were any of those raps true back then when you were rapping it?
Mm-hmm. I wasn't killing nobody, but I was selling weed though, and fucking bitches.
Now, is that song still available for somebody to hear right now and stream if they wanted to?
Yeah. Search up Kid Trunk's Burn.
Now, moving forward, when it comes to recording nowadays, when you're in that studio, top 3 things you need.
I need tons of water.
Okay. That's one.
Any throat coat.
Okay. That's two. One more.
And weed.
Now, when it comes to marijuana, is it a certain type of strain?
Nowadays, it's like, I don't really care because, like, it's too much gas to be fucking focusing on one strain. But, like, I prefer, like, some fruity shit or some like OG, some gas.
Now, when it comes to smoking marijuana, what does that do for you exactly when you're in the studio?
It just makes me focus. Yeah.
Ever do a session, and I know this is one of your 3 necessities, but do you ever do a session with no marijuana in your system? Just maybe nothing in your system, just sober?
It's been times where I had no weed and no nothing because the plug was dry. And yeah, I had no choice but to record. You know what I'm saying?
Did you ever notice a difference in your music when you were under the influence of marijuana and sober?
It's a big difference. It's a really big difference.
What'd you figure out?
I mean, me rapping when I'm sober is like more vivid, more broad of thinking, you know what I'm saying? But if I'm like smoking hella weed, I'll probably just freestyle about how my day went or some shit.
You also said in your 3 necessities, tons of water. Is it a certain type of water?
Essential water.
Okay.
Or smart water or Fiji water.
Now, when it comes to you being in the studio,
Yep.
I don't know if you have one to share with us today or not, but if you do, craziest studio story
Craziest
that you got for us.
studio story. Shit. I don't got no crazy studio stories, to be honest with you. Nothing crazy be happening in my sessions. I don't let nobody in my sessions for anything crazy be happening.
Are you a loner?
Yeah,
You are.
I'm a loner.
Now, I heard in a TMZ story once, right? TMZ, yeah. Kanye West recorded, I don't know if he recorded or it was just like a place where he got creative vibes. But there was a time when he went to Wyoming on a mountaintop and got that, right? Which to me, I've never heard of a rapper doing before.
Mm-hmm.
For you, and that was really unique. For you, what's the most unique location you either recorded at or got those creative vibes from?
In Seattle, Washington, I was at Robert Lang's studio. That's where Nirvana was based. That's like Nirvana's home studio. That's where the Foo Fighters was made at. Shit, I could continue, but yeah, that specific studio. I don't know, it gave me like really good energy, and from what I was told, and everybody and anybody that made a record and left that building ended up with a platinum plaque. So it was like, yeah.
Are any of the music that you recorded in those sessions at that studio headed towards platinum?
Yes, sir. For sure, for sure. We'll see.
Now, your recording process these days, what's that like? Are you the type that's writing, pen and pad on the phone? Are you freestyling, punching in? How do you operate?
Just a little bit of everything, depending on how I feel and depending on what I want to do with the track. If I want to put a lot of thought into the track, if I want to put a lot of feeling into a track, I'll sit there and I'll go over the beat with the producer and honestly take my time and write to it. But usually half of the time, everything just comes into my head and I just deliver it right then and there. So yeah, a little bit of both.
Did you first start writing when you first started recording?
I was freestyling at first.
You were?
In the beginning, I was freestyling. Just bullshit. And then started playing around with the writing and shit. Then, yeah.
When it came to the writing, were you influenced or just experimenting? Like, did you see somebody write and like, okay, let me try that?
I was highly influenced, and I also was experimenting a lot as well. Yeah.
When it comes to your lyrics, how honest are they at this point?
Really honest. 100% honest. Really, really honest.
When you record these lyrics, are you recording inside the mic booth or outside of it?
Both.
How do you decide when to do what?
Depending on how I feel and depending on who's in my studio session. You know what I'm saying? If I'm in a studio session with people that I trust and I'm comfortable with, I'll bring the booth inside the room. But if it's, you know what I'm saying, if I feel like I don't want nobody to see what I do or listen to what I say, I'll just stay in the booth.
You record standing up or sitting down?
Both.
Again, how do you decide?
Depending on how I feel, that's all. If I feel hype, shit, honestly, not even. It's just depending on how I feel.
Is it 50-50 or is it more so standing up?
It's like 50-50. Well, I prefer standing up, but I can sit down and rap.
Do you notice a difference in your voice at all?
Yeah. Standing up is better. It expands your diaphragm more.
From start to finish these days, when it comes to creating songs, what's the average length of time it takes for you?
Shit, it could take from 30 minutes to 4 hours. All depends on how I feel and it all depends on how much I want to put in on the song.
Now, I'm going to use this next term loosely because you write, but also freestyle and punch in.
Yeah.
Now, the term is writer's block. When that happens, okay, you're working on a song, you experience writer's block. How do you cope with that? How do you deal with that? Moment you're stuck on an idea, stuck.
It took a lot for me to learn how to deal and cope with writer's block because, like, in the beginning of my career, like, I was, like, facing a lot of fucking writer's block, and it was really hard for me to overcome that shit, you know what I'm saying? But nowadays, I just don't even think about it. If I feel a little bit or even like a little slight of frustration, I don't let that negativity get to me, and I just keep on going.
What's the longest you've worked on a song, put it down because of writer's block, and ended up finishing it at some point in time later?
Like 2 weeks. Probably to a month.
When it comes to writing, when you do write, and I don't know if you use an actual pad or you're on your phone, but have you ever lost lyrics?
Yep.
You have?
Yeah.
What happens in a situation like that?
Write new lyrics. There's nothing you could do about it.
It's discouraging, I would assume.
No, it's not really discouraging. It's really irresponsible.
I know we talked about quitting earlier in this segment.
Yeah.
Right? There were times you thought about quitting. Did losing lyrics have anything to do with that?
No.
Okay, just curious. Now, what about when it comes to creating songs? Have you ever gotten emotional?
Of course.
You have?
Yeah.
To the point where you shed a tear?
Yeah. Yeah, hell yeah. Nowadays, like when I record music and I feel the beat and it's like, I don't know, if I feel the beat and I know that like I'm gonna write some crazy shit to it, before I record, like I feel like I'll shed a tear. You know what I'm saying? Like on my album that I have coming up, like on one of the songs, like as I was recording one of the hooks on that shit, I was crying while I was recording that shit. And like I just left it how it is because that shit sound fire.
Care to share the name? Does the song have a title?
Yeah, it's called Do You Know What Is Right? Yeah. I got a snippet out already on SoundCloud.
Okay.
Yeah, but it's just a little snippet.
Now, when it becomes emotional creating a song for you, has there ever been a time where it was just too much to finish a particular song?
Never.
Okay.
It's never too much. The more, the better.
That song in particular that you just named,
Yeah.
that the snippet is out, what is that song actually about?
It's mainly about just me losing a close friend of mine and just living day by day as he's gone and trying my best to fight that shit and trying my best to stay positive.
And is the friend X?
Yeah.
Okay. When you made that song, how soon do you make a song like that after he passed away?
Immediately. I mean, not immediately, but like as soon as possible, cause like all that crying and I don't know, all that emotion could just be put into my music. You know what I'm saying? And it just makes it better.
Mm.
It'll take it took time for me to really it's still taking time because it still fucks me up to this day. But I don't know. It took me like a little minute to be able to record how I felt about a situation.
Have any of his family members heard that song yet?
Yeah.
What's been their reaction
They
to
love
it?
it. Yeah, they love it.
Now, when it comes to beats, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Have you ever received a beat that you passed on and it later became a bigger song maybe for somebody else?
Never.
Never happened yet.
Never. Never gonna happen at all.
How do you ensure that?
Cause I know how I like my sound. You know what I'm saying? I know how I like my music, and I listen to other people's music, unlike other people, so I know what other people using.
Just curious. Risk versus reward. What's the biggest risk you took for your music career so far? At this point.
Just staying, honestly, I don't know, just.
Biggest risk you took for your music career so far?
Staying true to myself. Like, that's not like a big responsibility, but like, I don't know, as you continue to stay true to yourself, a lot of fake things and a lot of fake shit will come out of the world, and I don't know, it's just a big risk of life because people get angry, people get mad, people get jealous, and you know what I'm saying? I guess that's kind of a risk or some shit.
Proudest accomplishment so far in your music career?
Shit. Proudest accomplishment?
4 or 5 years.
Shit. Me and my dog was about to go to Europe in like a month or two for tour. I ain't never been to Europe. About to do a world tour. Me and members only. You know what I'm saying? Came from shit. That's the biggest music accomplishment that I feel like I've accomplished, I guess, because
Is it a specific city or a specific country?
Not even specific, nothing. It's just we going to Europe. I'm going to have to be on that plane for at least 10 hours. Yeah. Country.
Now, on the opposite end of the spectrum, okay, if that's your biggest accomplishment, biggest failure so far in your music career, biggest flop?
My fucking freestyle on my radio interview. I fucking did a radio interview. I was fucking higher than a bitch, and I was freestyling, and I fucked up. That was my first time freestyling. And after the freestyle, I went back on the tour bus, and I was like, I'm dying out, man. Y'all boys, I'm dying out. My career is over. I thought my career was over, but it's not. So, yeah.
Was this freestyle live or pre-recorded?
It was pre-recorded.
Did you? Go ahead.
It was me and members only. Everybody was going hard. I don't know. I don't know. It was just too much pressure.
Was there a thought on maybe, hey, let's pull the plug, let's delete that footage?
Nah, I just let them do it. Just fuck it. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
Why not? The fans love it anyways.
If somebody wanted to see it and has not seen that, what radio station was it or what interview was it?
Fucking LA, fucking 94.5 or some shit. 97.10 or some shit. German 94.5.
Okay, what did you learn from that?
I learned how to be fried at a radio interview. And I learned to just not give a fuck what people think about if I fucked up or not. You gonna fuck up in life. You make mistakes. It is what it is.
Your career is obviously not over.
Never.
But you did think that.
I did think that.
What had the feedback been to that freestyle?
I mean, there was a lot of weird people hating, but it was a lot of my core fan base just, you know, supporting me like they always do. Yeah.
Now, at this point, what is the biggest misconception of you? What's one thing people think about you, but it's not true?
People think I'm a gangbanger. People think a lot about me. I don't know, I'm just myself. People think, I don't know, people think too much of me. People think I'm 6ix9ine. Fucking people think I'm fucking a lot of things. I don't know why. I ain't no rat. I don't know. Yeah.
Just for the record, as far as gang activity, never been a part of a gang.
Never.
Craziest rumor you heard about yourself?
Craziest rumor I've heard about myself?
So far.
Oh my God. I don't know.
Too many rumors to think about to choose one, or not enough rumors?
Not enough rumors, to be honest with you.
Why do you think that is? Sometimes I do interviews with people, and there's a lot of rumors about them, and then somebody like yourself, not so much.
I mean, no one publicly says anything about me, or like, I don't put myself in a position to be in that, you know what I'm saying? I mean, rumors. Yeah, they know rumors.
Is there a question people ask of you you hate to answer, you can't stand?
Am I 6ix9ine? No, I'm not 6ix9ine. I am Kid Trunks. You fucking bitch.
Do you care what people think of you?
No, never.
You're honest when you say that?
Yeah. Like, there will be times where, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm a hothead. I get angry really fast. So if me saying I don't give a fuck is gonna be like 1% of me that give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? But I don't give a fuck. I don't care.
You've always been like this?
I've always been like this. Since a little kid.
With the anger issues, where does that stuff stem from?
I come from my mom. And like me being around a lot of angry people. My mom, she's a hothead herself. Like, I was like bad. I was bad all the fucking school years I've been in school. Like when I was in 6th grade, I was having bad grades, and I'd come home and I'd talk shit to my mom a lot. And like we'll have arguments and shit. She'll just fucking beat the shit out of me. You know, regular mom shit. Yeah, she's a hothead, and I get that from her. And yeah. There's a lot of people around me that get angry too.
When you say things such as like she beat the out of me, I mean you say it's regular, but I mean hindsight 2020, is that child abuse that was happening to you?
No.
Okay.
Discipline. I mean,
when it comes to the anger issues, have you had to see a counselor, a therapist?
Never have I ever seen a therapist, but recently I've been thinking about seeing one, but I've been changing my mind on that shit. Cause like, I'm not crazy. I just be in my mind a lot sometimes.
Never was prescribed medicine for it.
Mm-mm.
Never had seen a doctor about it.
No. I'm not a fucking psychopath or anything. I just be in my head a lot. You know, everybody be in their head a lot.
Now, I know you said you don't care what people think about you. Might be 99%, might be 1%, right? But what about your actual music? Do you care about people's opinions of your music?
No.
You don't either?
Mm-mm. Because if you don't like one thing, you'll like the next one. Because the music that I'm trying to deliver now is just, I'm trying to branch out into different genres. If you don't like this one, If you don't like the next one, you'll most definitely like the next one. You know what I'm saying? There's varieties of sounds you can pick out of.
What are your keys to success at this point? What are some things that make you successful?
Staying real to myself and being patient. That's it. Staying real and being patient.